You're watching ABC4 News on Utah's CW30.
As the temperatures drop, it is important to stay aware of your furry friend's safety and health. And just like people, pets' cold tolerance can vary from pet to pet based on their breed, activity level, and health. So joining us today is Guinevere Schuster with the Humane Society of Utah. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we want to introduce this lovely lady right here as well. Is this Queenie, correct?
Yes, this is Queen. She is a 3-year-old bully breed mix, and she's available for adoption. She's been with us just a short while, but she loves everyone she's met at the shelter, and we're told she was previously house trained, and she even knows a few tricks like sit and shake.
And she's got the biggest smile ever. Yeah. She just seems like a big lover. So we're talking about the colder temperatures, and it has really gotten cold out there. What are some guidelines that pet owners should keep in mind when they're taking their pets out for a walk?
Yeah, so of course it's always dependent upon what type of breed animal that you have, whether it's cat or dog. So a dog like Queenie has a very short coat. She's going to be a lot more susceptible to the cold weather, obviously compared to a dog like a husky. But a general rule of thumb that we tell people, if it's too cold for you, it's likely too cold for your pets.
And what about their paws and keeping those protected? Because I know those sidewalks can get pretty chilly.
Yeah, so, and not only that, it's the chemicals that people put on the sidewalk. So any of the de-icing chemicals or salt, stuff like that, can really harm the dog's paws if it's left on there for long periods of time. So we just suggest that when people are going on walks that they wipe down their dog's paws afterwards, and then just kind of look in between their toes and make sure nothing's stuck in between them.
Is just soap and water, just water on a rag, what's the best thing to use?
Soap and water is great, even just a damp rag, and you know, just wiping it off and making sure those little salty chunks don't get stuck up in there.
And we were also talking about people who may have their pets stay outside for long periods of time. A lot of people think a blanket would be perfect, but you're saying that's a bad idea.
Yeah, so we strongly advise against that. We obviously encourage everyone to bring their pets inside, but we understand that there are going to be times where there's like community cats that are left outside. So if you're putting together like a dog house or an insulated cat glue for the community kitties, we encourage you to put straw in there because it doesn't absorb water. So not only does it insulate, but it'll also keep the animals dry when they bring in a little snow or moisture on their fur.
How do you tell if your pet maybe has been outside for too long? Because I know they always like to stay out longer than they should. Are there some signs that you should be looking for?
Yeah, you want to pay attention and make sure your pet's not becoming lethargic. If they kind of stop moving, some dogs and cats will start shivering, lifting up their paws, that kind of thing. So you just want to be attentive and look for maybe some behavior that's not typical of their usual behavior.
And of course, we hope it never gets to this level, but say your pet has been outside for a long period of time. When is it time to call the vet or take a stronger measure than just bringing your dog inside?
Yeah, so if you look at your, so for instance, a dog, if you look at their gums and they're pale, that's a good indicator that they could be hypothermic. Also, if they feel really cold to the touch and you bring them inside and they're still not kind of getting up and moving around, then you'll want to take them to an emergency vet.
What's the biggest mistake that you see pet owners make this time of year?
You know, probably one of the biggest mistakes we see people make is shaving their dogs down. So a lot of animals, their coat provides insulation and protection, or also just bathing them and letting them out while they're still wet is, you know, kind of troublesome and can get the animals colder than they need to be.
Okay, very important information. Where can people go to get more information on taking proper care of your pet and maybe adopting Queen over there, who's ready to go at this point?
She is ready to go. If you got squeaky toys, she's ready to come home with you.
Yeah.
They can visit our website, which is utahhumane.org.
All right, Gwen Schuster with the Humane Society, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for bringing Queenie. It's always a pleasure to have those little rescues here.
Thanks for having us.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.